I stand here in a place of colour, of unity, of freedom, of expression, and of ambition. I stand here in the hope to preach, to teach, to inspire, to articulate and enunciate, to verbalise and to vocalise, like many have done before me, about the society that they would like to see. As a young person in a vast city, a small fish in a big pond, and a lone voice in a harmonious choir, I have the desire to speak out and be heard. I want to live in a place where my friend doesn't tell stories about how yet another person has criticised her hijab. Because to me, it is a symbol of faith and love and good intent, so why to others does it indicate hate and animosity? And why don't they think of the Muslim girl first? Because to her, pulling off her hijab is like ripping off her skirt. And my news feed wouldn't be littered with racist comments tied to political posts where the only true offender is hiding behind a keyboard. And there would be that big word, that frightening word, the word that seems to promise so much but offers so little, the word that can topple institutions and lift up nations, the word that can inspire the masses and decimate the few, the true illustration of what it means to be equality. And not just between class and colour and gender or belief, but between lover and employment and opportunity, because why can't the kid in the lopsided tie and scuffed shoes be sitting next to the boy with school badges and a blazer in a job interview? And I wouldn't see David Dimbleby on my television trying to break up arguments between politicians who all think the same, because 70% of our MPs come from a background that we don't even see. So how can we possibly represent their views and our choices and our hearts and our minds and our opinions and our voices? There would be enough resources for all, enough resources to accommodate and facilitate, because these people stimulate the economy and provide a workforce. They do not come here for that green card, but rather to snap up the opportunities that you at home disregard. And it is these people, the future doctors and engineers, the future lawyers and the pioneers, who will light the way for your children whilst you sit at home sipping your brew, waiting for someone to come and offer up the chances that they took, not you. And I want to be approached by a male nurse in A&E who will call my name into a room and ask me, where does it hurt? And I won't point to my head and tell him that I have been fed with instructions and restrictions and limitations and twisted visions until I could burst. And I ask him, when is it time for the youth to come first? Because a great man once said that we should not be judged by the colour of our skin, but by the content of our character. But what he failed to mention is that it was not just colour that was holding us back. Ignorance is the most destructive element in society, which starts as a flickering ember before it escalates into a blazing inferno, and we all know that it cannot reach that point. Ignorance has no place in society, just as faith has no place in love. They juxtapose, and I suppose that that is a lesson that just must be learnt. But let me ask you this now. As you stand here today, with your feet firmly in the ground and your head in the sky, has life passed you by? And are you the person that you used to be? And the person that you are now? Well, would you be proud to be introduced onto this stage and vouch for the things that you claim to believe? Because in terms of society, be the change that you wish to see. Done. Is that cool?
Perfect.